Hi guys, I'm Hembree, and in this video I want to share with you some stunning evidence for Noah's flood. And this is actually a follow-up of a previous video I did on this topic called Instant Fossils, Just Add Noah's Flood. And in that video I promised to share more evidence for the biblical flood of Noah recorded in Genesis chapters 6 through 9. So let's get to it. Even though the standard story of fossil formation taught worldwide in museums and textbooks says that fossils were formed by slow and gradual processes over millions of years, the science of taphonomy, that's the study of how dead creatures decay over time, shows that the fossils could not exist unless they were formed rapidly, because without rapid burial, the dead carcass would lay unprotected and exposed to predators and to decay long before it had the chance to fossilize. And several of the fossils themselves also provide an undeniable testimony to their extremely rapid burial. As Dr. Jonathan Sarfati and Joel Tay report in their book, Titans of the Earth, Sea, and Air, in some cases, creatures were buried so fast that they resemble sculptures frozen in time. In the Gobi Desert in Mongolia, a velociraptor was preserved in a remarkable fighting pose with its claw embedded in the neck of the Protoceratops. And the Protoceratops has likewise bitten and possibly broken the arm of the velociraptor. The burial event occurred so quickly that these two dinosaurs were forever stuck in this fighting pose. Another stunning example of a creature frozen in time was discovered in China in 2014. Paleontologists uncovered a remarkably preserved fossil of a female ichthyosaur. And these aquatic reptiles actually gave birth to live young underwater. And this particular ichthyosaur had to have been buried very quickly because she was in the midst of giving birth to the second of triplets. Now, this unfortunate mother ichthyosaur had one baby inside her body, another leaving her pelvis, and a third nearby. Clearly, this creature was not buried slowly over eons of time, but rather was buried very rapidly, unable to even finish the birthing process. And believe me, there are lots of other evidences that I could show you, but these examples are enough to get the point across that the facts of science all undeniably testify to a rapid water burial. Even many secular scientists have had to concede that such fossils had to have been formed as a result of a flood. Of course, they don't believe that it was the global flood of Noah recorded in the Bible, but attribute these fossils to local floods instead. But significantly, the scientific evidence also defies this local flood theory. For example, many of the rock layers that these fossils are entombed in cover extremely large areas. As a matter of fact, sometimes they extend right across a continent and even correlate with other continents. And this shows that the cause of these layers was also global. So this rules out local catastrophes as a plausible explanation for these widespread layers. In other words, all the evidence is consistent with a global flood that deposited very wide, rapidly formed layers in rapid succession. But it is not consistent with slow and gradual processes over vast eons of time. Thus, the rock layers, along with the entombed fossils therein, all testify to the truthfulness of the biblical record, which records that there was a world-ending global flood some 4,500 years ago. Alright guys, that's it for this one, but as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you haven't seen part 1 of this fossil series and you want to, then just click here to watch it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.